Dear students, I welcome you all to this new video lesson on the subject of Information Technology, class 10th. Today we are starting unit number 2, that is Electronic Spreadsheet. It's advanced version. The basic version you have studied in class 9th. This unit has been divided into 4 sessions. This session 1 is related to analyzing of data using scenarios and goal seek. Second session will be on linked data and spreadsheets. Third session will be on sharing and reviewing a spreadsheet. And the session 4, creating and using macros in spreadsheet. So this will be a very informative unit, and in this unit we will be dealing with spreadsheet of OpenOffice. Okay, so let's get started. So let's start with session number 1, analyzing data using scenarios and goal seek. So the first topic here is consolidating data. So data consolidation allows you to gather your data from separate worksheets into a master worksheet. तो जब आप ओपन ऑफिस पे काम करेंगे, there will be separate worksheets and you can group those values, you can call those values in a master spreadsheet. I think you know how to open this spreadsheet in OpenOffice. Let's see. This will be the screen when you will open the OpenOffice, and you will use this spreadsheet link to open the spreadsheet. So these are the worksheets: sheet number 1, sheet number 2, sheet number 3. So suppose you have some data on sheet number 2 and some data on sheet number 3, then you can consolidate these data from this 2 sheets in this sheet number 1. Okay, so this is called consolidating data. The data consolidation function takes data from a series of worksheet of workbooks and summarizes it into a single worksheet. Suppose आपके डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट के मार्क्स डिफरेंट शीट्स पे मौजूद हैं, और आपने जो आपकी मेन शीट पे आप एक रिजल्ट बनाना चाहते हैं, सो यू विल कॉल द वैल्यूज़ फ्रॉम ऑल दोज सब्जेक्ट मार्क्स टू योर फाइनल रिजल्ट वर्कशीट. तो आपका सारे वर्कशीट से डेटा उठ के आपकी मास्टर वर्कशीट में आ जाएगा एंड योर रिजल्ट विल बी जनरेटेड. ओके, अब देखिए कैसे होता है. द फर्स्ट वन इज टू ओपन द वर्कशीट दैट कंटेन्स द सेल रेंजेस टू बी कंसोलिडेटेड. चूज द कंसोलिडेट ऑप्शन अंडर द डेटा मेन्यू. तो आपको ये ध्यान रखना है कौन सा मेन मेन्यू है और उसके अंदर कौन सा सब मेन्यू है. तो दिस डेटा इज द मेन मेन्यू और उसके अंदर एक कंसोलिडेट फंक्शन है दैट विल बी यूज्ड. ओके, सो व्हेन यू विल यूज इट, a consolidate dialog box will be appearing. ये देखिए, तो इसमें आपने चीज़ देखनी है कि कौन सा फंक्शन अप्लाई करना है कंसोलिडेशन के लिए, और रेंज किस शीट की कौन सी रेंज दे. शीट नंबर 1 में से कॉलम आपकी जो रेंज है आप यहाँ दे सकते हैं. ओके, दिस इज द consolidate dialog box defining the data to be consolidated. Okay, so in the source data range list contains named ranges. You can select a source cell range to consolidate with other areas. Click add. The selected range now appears on the consolidation range. Select additional ranges and click add after ईच सिलेक्शन. तो यहाँ पे देखिए, ये जो आपका जो ये मेन्यू उठ के आया है, इसमें आपको वो सारे ऑप्शंस मिलेंगे जिससे कि आप अपना डेटा कंसोलिडेट कर सकते हैं. ओके, सपोज यू हैव दिस वर्कशीट and you go to this menu option, consolidate, And if you have this is a blinker here. Now if you have the range, you can just type the name of that range, or you can just select the number of cells that you want to consolidate, and that will appear in this range. Okay, and you can just add it to this, and this will be added. Okay, so you have clicked add. The selected range will now be appearing in the consolidation range list. Okay, so you can add as many list of ranges you want. Then you have to specify where you want to display the result by selecting a target range from the copy result to box. Okay, you can give, if you want to have submit, so you can define where you want to put that consolidated result. Okay. Now after that you have to select a function from the function list, because when you are consolidating you must apply some function on it. Okay, so let us see what are the functions that I have given here. These are the functions: sum, count, average, max, min, product, count numbers only, standard deviation, variation. So these are the functions that can be applied on the particular range. Okay, so you can select that particular function that you want to perform on that range that has been selected here. The function specifies how the values of the consolidation range are linked. The sum function is the default setting, and the other are average, min, max, standard deviation. Okay, so you can apply any of the function. Optionally click more in the consolidated dialog box to display additional settings. Some additional settings are also there in this dialog box. Select link to source data to insert the formulas. This generates the result in the target range instead of the actual result. If you link the data, any values modified in the source range are automatically updated. So आपने उनको लिंक तो कर दिया मान लिया. सो अगर आप मोर वाले ऑप्शन में जाके उसको क्लिक लिंक टू सोर्स डेटा अगर करेंगे तो क्या होगा, आप अगर सोर्स डेटा में कहीं को चेंज करते हैं और तो उसका जो रिजल्ट है वो ऑटोमेटिकली आपके कंसोलिडेशन रेंज में आपको डिस्प्ले हो जाएगा. ओके, सम अदर ऑप्शंस आर consolidated by. In this setting you can select either row label or column label. So you can have consolidation by row or consolidation by columns. Okay, and then you can click OK to consolidate the figures. And if you are working with the same data range again and again, what you can do is you can give that range a particular name. How you can do it? You can go to this menu data, and under this data you can go to define range. Okay, so you must remember these menus. The data from the consolidation ranges and target range are saved when you save the worksheet. If you later open a worksheet in which consolidation has been defined, this data will again be available. Okay. Now second point is creating subtotals. Subtotal is a function listed under the mathematical category when you use the function wizard. Okay, insert के अंदर function इसके through अगर आप wizard में जाएंगे तो there you will find subtotal. Because of its usefulness, the function has a graphical interface. Okay, subtotals are very much important. You have a subtotal in many forms. You have seen subtotal, and then at the end you have grand total. Okay, suppose subtotal of your a particular exam, suppose periodic test 1, periodic test 2 and half yearly, then periodic test 3 and so on. There are various tests. Those can be subtotal, and at the end you have a grand total. Okay, it is accessible from data menu And what is the menu? Data, then you can have subtotals. Okay, you can see this data and subtotals. Now, the subtotal, what it does is, it totals or adds data arranged in an array. Means that is a group of cells with labels for columns or rows. So, using the subtotal dialog, you can select arrays and then choose a statistical function to apply to them. For efficiency, you can choose up to 3 groups of arrays to which you can want to apply a function. Okay. So, when you click OK, the calc adds subtotals and grand totals to the selected arrays using the result and result2 cells styled for them. So, calc is the name of that spreadsheet here in OpenOffice. Okay. So, what you have to ensure while working with subtotal, that you have to ensure that the column have labels. Okay. Suppose you have data, so that data must have the labels. Okay. Suppose you are having the marks of subject like English, Hindi, Math, Science, Social Science, Sanskrit, and so on. So, the labels are must. Then you have to select the range of cells that you want to calculate subtotals for, and then choose data and subtotals. Okay. So, after ensuring that the columns have the labels, then you can select the range जिसको आपने subtotal करना है, and then you can choose the option data, and under that you add subtotals. Then you will have a subtotal dialog box. In the group by box, select the column that you want to add the subtotals to. Okay. In the calculator subtotal box, select the columns containing the values that you want to subtotal. Okay. So, this is the figure that displays how to set up subtotals. Here you can select the column for which you want to calculate the subtotals, and then you can have a function from these given functions you want to use. You can create a first group, then you can create a second group, then you can create a third group, and then you have some other options also. Okay. If you use more than one group, then you can also arrange the subtotals according to the choice made on the dialogs option page. Okay, including ascending and descending order. So, in the last options page, you can choose the particular order according to which you want to display the result. Okay, ascending, descending, you can also include format. You can have a customized sort order also. So, that is how you customize your subtotals. Okay. So, this is the way to generate subtotals in a spreadsheet. So, let us see an example. If we have some marks like this and we want to count, then we will select the range, then we will go to data and then subtotals, and we will select the column by maths, and just we want to count, and then it will generate it. That one is occurring only one times. 12, we have 2 12s, then 2 15s, 1 19, and total we have 6. So, this is how we generate subtotals. Now, next point we have the what if scenarios. Scenarios are a tool to test what if condition. आप देखना चाहते हैं कि अगर ऐसा कर दें तो क्या होगा उसका result. So, then we have scenarios. Each scenario is named and can be edited and formatted separately. When you print the spreadsheet, only the content of the currently active scenario is printed. कि जब आप spreadsheet को print करेंगे तो जो active scenario होगा वही print होगा. A scenario is essentially a saved set of cell values for your calculation. You can easily switch between these sets using the navigator or a drop down list which can be shown beside the changing cells. For example, you want to calculate the effect of different interest rates on investment. You could add a scenario for each interest rate and quickly view the results. आप देखना चाहते हैं कि आपको अगर अलग अलग जो इंटरेस्ट रेट मिल रहे हैं उनसे आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट पे क्या फ़र्क पड़ने वाला है. सो यू कैन क्रिएट डिफरेंट सिनेरियोज फॉर दोज interest rates. Formulas that rely on the values changed by your scenario are updated when the scenario is open. तो जब आप सिनेरियो ओपन करेंगे तो जो फॉर्मूला होगा जिसमें आपने वो सिनेरियो बेस्ड वेरिएबल्स यूज़ किए होंगे, मान लीजिए जैसे आपने इंटरेस्ट रेट कहीं यूज़ किया होगा, तो जैसे जैसे आपका सिनेरियोज में वैल्यूज़ चेंज होंगी तो वहाँ पे वो फार्मूले की वैल्यू भी चेंज होती चली जाएगी. इफ़ ऑल योर सोर्सेज ऑफ इनकम यूज सिनेरियोज, you could efficiently build a complex model of your possible income. अगर आपके जो सोर्स ऑफ इनकम है उसमें सिनेरियोज ऐड कर दिए जाएं तो यू कैन क्रिएट अ मॉडल फॉर प्रिडिक्टिंग योर पॉसिबल इनकम. नाउ लेट अस सी हाउ टू क्रिएट अ सिनेरियो. So you have to use scenarios options under tools menu to enter variable content scenarios in the same cell. Okay. So to create a scenario you have to select the cells that contain the values that will change between the scenarios. उनको आप माउस से सेलेक्ट कर लीजिए और उसके बाद आप टूल्स के अंदर सिनेरियोज वाला डायलॉग बॉक्स आपको मिल जाएगा. तो ये आपको मेन्यू याद रखना है. यू हैव टू रिमेंबर इट. Main menu is tools and then the sub menu is scenarios. Okay, then you will have this create scenario dialog box. Then you will name it here. You can add some comment. This comment will be automatically popped and you can have some setting change. Then you click OK. So it will create a new scenario for you. Okay, so in the same way you can create various scenarios for yourself. Okay. So after clicking the OK dialog box, the new scenario will be activated and you can create several scenarios for any given range of cells. Okay, so this is the way how we can create scenarios. Then we have this next topic. This is called goal seek. It is very important topic and very interesting one. Usually you run a formula to calculate a result based upon the existing values. Okay, that you have done many a times. Then you have some values, then you have to add it, then you apply the sum function and you select the range and you get the result. By contrast, using goal seek option, what you can do is using goal seek option under the tools menu, please remember it, you can discover what values will produce the required result you want. Suppose you have the result and you want to get the values. Suppose there are 5 variables on which your answer is dependent and you have the 4 variables, the values of 4 variables, then you can predict the value of the 5th one using the goal seek method. Okay, here is a simple example for you to understand it. Suppose the chief financial officer of a company is developing sales projection for each quarter of forthcoming year. Okay, अगले जो साल आने वाला है उसके लिए चारों क्वार्टर्स के लिए वो एक सेल्स प्रोजेक्शन बना रहे हैं. She knows what the company's total income must be. Okay, तो उनको पता है कि टोटल इनकम जो है इतनी तो होनी ही चाहिए मिनिमम. ओके, और उसको ये भी आइडिया है कि फर्स्ट 3 क्वार्टर्स में क्या इनकम रही है. क्योंकि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पहले साइन हो चुके होंगे उसके हिसाब से. सो फॉर द 4th क्वार्टर हाउएवर नो डेफिनेट इनकम इज अवेलेबल. सो हाउ मच मस्ट द कंपनी अर्न इन क्वार्टर 4 टू रीच द गोल. सो द CFO कैन एंटर द प्रोजेक्टेड अर्निंग्स फॉर ईच ऑफ द अदर 3 क्वार्टर्स along with a formula that totals all 4 quarters. Then she will apply a goal seek on that 4th cell that is empty. Okay, and she will get the answer. Okay, so the projected earning for the 4th quarter can be estimated using this goal seek function. Okay. Other uses of goal seek may be more complicated, but the method remains the same. So I have told you in brief that if you are having 5 variables on which your result is depending, if you get the values of some and you want to predict the values of other variables that are not available for now, you can apply this goal seek function. Okay. So it's the reverse mechanism compared to the function that you apply. You are in function, you have the values, you get the result, you applying the function. Here you have the result, you get the some missing values. Let us see the example discussed here. To calculate annual interest, create a table with the values for the capital, number of years and interest rate. I is equal to C into N into R. Okay, let us assume the interest rate R for 7.5 and the number of years 1 will remain constant. ये हमको मालूम है कि 7.5 और year जो है that will be constant. However, you want to know how much the investment capital C should be modified to attain a particular return. Okay, so if you want to have a particular annual interest and you want to invest some amount and you know the rate of interest, then you can predict the amount, okay, the capital that you should invest. For example, we have to calculate how much capital would be required if you want to an annual return of $15,000. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to enter each of the values mentioned above into adjacent cells. For capital C, you can have an arbitrary value or it can be left blank. Okay. For the number of years, you should get 1. For interest rate, you should enter 7.5. Then enter the formula to calculate the interest I in the other cell. Instead of C, N and R, use the cell references. Okay, you know how to reference a cell. Okay, here suppose the cell names are B1, B2 and B3. So your the total amount, interest amount will be B1 into B2 into B3. Okay, so this is the example. You can have this particular amount here if you want to. Then you have 1 as the year, 7.50% as the interest rate, and then in the fourth one, what you should do is you should place the cursor in the formula cell, that is B4, and then you should choose the tools, and in the tools menu you should go to goal seek. Okay, then you will have this goal seek dialog box. Then in the dialog box, place the cursor in the variable cell field. Okay, then in the sheet, click in the cell that contains the value to be changed. Okay, so what variable cell is there? This is formula cell in which the formula is applied. This is B4. You can enter the target value and you can have this variable cell. So variable cell is B1. Okay, then after entering the values, you can press OK. Now a dialog appears informing you that the goal seek was successfully implemented. Click yes to enter the result in the cell with the variable value. The result is shown in this figure. As you will change this value, you will have the result. Okay, so after using this, you can get the amount that you should invest to get that much interest in return. Okay, so this is how you use the goal seek function. Next we have using the solver. Solver option under the tools menu amounts to a more elaborate form of goal seek. Okay, so it is a more elaborated form of goal seek. The difference is that the solver deals with equation with multiple unknown variables. So if you are having just a single unknown variable, then you can just apply the simple goal seek. Otherwise, if you are having multiple variables on which your result is depending, then you will use this solver options. Okay, it is specifically designed to minimize or maximize the result according to a set of rules. Okay, so then you have a particular set of rules and you will define them and it will generate the result. Each of these rules sets up whether an argument in the formula should be greater than, less than, or equal to the value you enter. Okay, if you want the argument to remain unchanged, you enter a rule that the cell that contains it should be equal to its current entry only. For arguments that you would like to change, you need to add two rules to define a range. Okay, that means the limiting condition. For example, you can set the constraint that one of the variables or cell must not be bigger than the other variable. Okay, so you can have the rules depending upon it. Okay, so you can also have some constraints that you can define, that the value will be without point, that is without decimal, or it can only have binary values. Okay, so if your result is depending on particular rules, then you apply this one, solver. Okay, now this is the example related to it. Let us say you have $10,000 that you want to invest in two mutual funds for 1 year. Fund X is a low risk fund with 8% interest rate, and fund Y is a higher risk fund with 12% interest rate. So how much money should be invested in each to get a total interest of $1,000? So this is a problem here. Your total interest depends on two inputs in mutual fund X and mutual fund Y. Okay, how to invest in X and Y so that you can get a total $1,000 as interest. Now, how to do it? Using solver. So you will have some labels and the data. What will be the row labels? Fund X, fund Y, and total. These will be the row labels. Then column labels will be interest earned, amount invested, interest rate, and time period. Okay, then you will have the interest rate as 8 and 12, time period 1, and total amount invested 10,000 in cell C4. Then you can have some arbitrary value, or you can leave the blank cell where you have the amount invested in the fund X. Then you will enter the formula. In the cell C3, you will write the formula, what is C4 minus C2, that is total amount minus amount received will be the interest. Similarly, you can add the formulas, and at the end you will have the total interest as B2 plus B3. Okay, so this is the image that will show you how to do this example. So you have this fund X, fund Y, and total interest earned, amount invested, interest rate, time period. So these are the values you don't know, 0 and 0. Interest rate you know, and you have entered. Okay, and you know the total amount invested. Now what you will do is you will use the option that is tools and then solver. So this solver dialog box will open. So then you will have this target cell, okay, where you want to get the result. Then optimize the result to maximum, minimum, and you can have this changing limiting condition. If you want to apply some condition that the value should not exceed this or value should not be below this, you can apply these conditions here, and then you can click solve. So click in the target cell field जहाँ पे भी आपको result चाहिए. Click in the cell that contains the target values. In the example, it is the cell B4 containing the total interest value. You can see it. The cell B4, it is containing the total value. Select value of and enter 1000 in the field next to it. In this example, the target cell value is 1000 because your target is the total interest of rupees 1000. Select maximum value is or minimum if the target cell needs to be one of the extremes. If you want to have that extreme value, then you can select these options, maximum, minimum. Click in by the changing cells field and click on cell C2 in the sheet. In this example, you need to find the amount invested in fund X. Enter limiting condition for the variables if you want to have. Okay, here the condition is the amount invested in fund X should not be greater than the total amount available. Okay, you should not invest more than your available amount. Or second condition is that it should not be less than 0. Okay. So when you apply this condition, then you will click OK. And when you change the variable cell, that amount invested in fund X, you will get the result of this solver operation. Okay. So this is how you apply this solver tool, and the questions related to this must be in your mind, and you should try it in the spreadsheet option, that is calc of OpenOffice. So some activities are there. A student is planning her goals about the marks she should attain in the forthcoming semester. Assuming that the examination of each subject is for 100 marks, her marks of the previous semesters are given below. Find out how many marks should be obtained by her in 4th semester to secure distinction. Okay, so you have to calculate the marks of 4th semester depending upon the result of semester 1, 2 and 3. Second question is also there. A business owner wants to decide if he should try to increase the sales, a product or price of an existing product in order to increase the profit by 10%. So these values are given. So these are the conditions that the owner believes that he can either increase sales by 5 units without incurring additional cost, while the price can be increased by rupees 8 without affecting the sales. Okay, तो दो ऑप्शन है, या तो सेल्स बढ़ाई जाए या फिर प्राइस बढ़ाया जाए. तो वो कैसे होगा वो आपको बताना होगा. उसके बाद थर्ड में आपको एक प्रॉफिट सिचुएशन दी हुई है और ये सिनेरियो दिए गए हैं. तो इनकी मदद से आपको बताना होगा कि किस सिनेरियो में क्या उसका इफेक्ट पड़ेगा. सो दीज आर सम क्वेश्चंस फॉर यू दैट यू शुड ट्राई on OpenOffice, and you can easily do it because OpenOffice is very easy to use software, and options that we have discussed of goal seek, okay, so they are very interesting and you can use them to solve these questions. Okay, so this is all for this video lesson, and we will be meeting in the next video lesson to discuss session number 2.